Whisk is a fantastic tool for creating images within a very specific scenario. By locking your subject, your scene, and style, it helps you get that character consistency we are always looking for. In any type of a story, you need a subject or a character. If you go to the left side, you have the subject, the scenes, and styles. Every subject or character we create will go into the subject field. You can do it from here, but you can also do it from the main prompt. And I will do it. I will prompt something right here. Photorealistic brunette woman wearing a red dress. Full body type of portrait, a hyper-realistic green plain background. Using a plain green background helps the AI to focus on the subject so it can be reused in different scenes. As AI models improve this step, it's becoming less and less necessary, but for now, this is still a good practice. Before you run the prompt, you can decide what you want, if you want a square, portrait, or landscape. In this case, I want a landscape type of image. Once you have your subject, you just need to drag and drop into the subject box. Once you get this subject, this one is going to be ticked. If you keep the subject ticked, Whisk will try to use that very specific subject on every image that you create. Say I want to create new images with my new subject. So I will go here to the prompt. I need to keep the subject ticked, and now I will prompt something else. Something like woman walking on a stylish dinner party. I'm saying woman, I'm not describing the woman, but Whisk knows that we are talking about this subject because we have it and it's also ticked. Let's run the prompt and see what we get back. Once we get it back, we can see that Whisk is taking our subject because it was ticked and it's putting this subject on that very specific scene. And I gotta say, the images are pretty good. Now, what if you want to create something new without using the reference? The only thing that you need to do is to go to the subject, untick it, and then just prompt whatever is that you want. I'm going to prompt for the same exact thing. Once we get it back, we can see that the clothing is not the same and the subject, it's not the same, but still they look very similar, right? It's almost like a different haircut, but it's the same subject, almost the same subject. This is because on your settings you have something called precise reference. This tells the model to always stay close to whatever references that you have. If I untick or just turn this off, we are pretty much saying to the AI model to be creative and maybe show me something different. Let's put it to a test. This one is off, and we'll go to the same prompt and just trying to get the same thing. Once we get it back, we can see that the subject changed a little bit. It's a little bit different from the other ones, and especially really different from the main subject. So yeah, if you want to back off a little bit from your references and let the model be a little bit more creative, you can turn this off. In my case, I want to keep this on. I will turn this on and just delete the prompt. I want a second subject, so I will go right here and just paste a new prompt, and it's pretty much the same as before. The only difference is that this is a black man. All right, so I will go and run the prompt. Once we get it, we just need to take the subject and drop it on this subject. And as you can see, you can have multiple subjects. If you want to create more subjects, you can go right here to the plus and you will add one more field. And as you can see, you can maybe go here and just enter the text, and this will just give you a pop-up where you can prompt what you want, which is the same thing that we are doing right here at the bottom. And you can also upload your own image. Since we have the subjects, now we need to talk about the scene. The power of the scene is that we can take our subjects and put them on a very specific location. First, we need to have some locations. And if we go to the scene, it works exactly the same way. I can just go right here, enter the text, or maybe upload an image. And I can even randomize a location. And this will give me a random location. Still, I just don't want this. I'm going to do it myself. I will go to the prompt and ask for maybe a wide shot of a London street. To get this shot, we need to untick these subjects. We'll go here and just untick and untick. And when we get it, we will get just a street and not a street with the subjects. I'm going to run the prompt. And while this one is going, I will prompt for something else that is completely different. Wide shot of a Martian terrain. Okay, so when we have them, if we like the shots, we just need to drop them inside of the scenes, just like we did with the subjects. I will just drop the street, and then I guess I will just take this one and I will put it on a new scene just like the other one, right? So now we have two different scenes. Okay, so we have two different subjects, and then we have two different scenes. The whole point of Whisk right now, and the power of Whisk, is that we can prompt something and then tick whatever is that we want, and then the output will be with whatever is that we ticked. If I want to prompt for something like a woman walking on the street and I have a subject of a woman, I tick that woman and I will tick the scene with that street, and every time that we run and we create a new generation, it will be with that very specific woman on that very specific street. Once we get it back, we can see that we have the same subject walking on that very specific scene. What if I want the man and the woman just walking on Mars? Well, it's the same idea. I will say couple happily walking. And instead of just selecting the woman, I will select the woman and the man. I will untick the car, the London street, and then I will tick the Martian terrain. And once we get it back, we get that very specific couple, the subject, on that very specific Martian terrain. And I gotta say again, the quality of the images are pretty good. I'm keeping the prompts very simple to prove that Whisk handles the heavy lifting of consistency for you. You don't need to do a lot of prompting to get very specific subjects on a very specific scene. And I guess this is why we love Whisk. It works really good. Now, if we think about this, if we normally prompt to whatever AI model, people walking on Mars, we will get back people walking with spacesuits. But because we have selected or ticked our subjects in their whatever outfit that they are wearing, Whisk will place them exactly as they are on that very specific location. It doesn't care how ridiculous our prompt sounds. So that's it pretty much. You create or you upload your subjects, you create your locations, and then you prompt by ticking and unticking what you want. Still, if we keep moving forward, we have something called style. On this one, just like before, we can enter text to create a very specific style, we can upload an image of a very specific style, or we can even use the random. I'm going to click on random, and hopefully we get something very cartoonish. If I run the same thing, couple happily walking, and I have Mars, this tile, and both of the subjects, what we get back instead, it will be this same image of the couple walking on Mars, but on this occasion, we have a very specific style. And this is what we get back. The AI model will take a look to this style, and it will try to create something, but always respecting the style. It doesn't have to be cartoons, though. You can go for maybe something very specific. I will just delete it and go to the actual prompt, delete the prompt and make sure that nothing is checked. I will untick the scenes and I will untick the subjects. And I'm going to prompt for something super specific. Is a wide shot of a man, and the real important part right here is that is in Wes Anderson style. Once we get back, we will have a very specific style, in this case Wes Anderson style. And if we want to use the style, we just, like before, drag and drop into the styles. And every time we prompt, we will be using this Wes Anderson type of style. Still, there's one thing that you need to know. I will go to the subject, click the first one and click the second one, and I will keep the style. If I prompt for something like couple happily sitting on a restaurant, we will be getting our subjects. There's no changing clothing, so we will not put them on that Wes Anderson type of style outfit, but everything in the back, because we are not using scenes, will be in that Wes Anderson type of style. Once we get back, notice that we have that very specific style in the background. We can even assume that they are sitting on the same room. And all of this is just very, very useful, because now you can create shots within a very specific style, or maybe with a very specific mood. You just don't need to prompt it. You need to upload a reference image. Once you have your images, you can hover on top and you can trash it right here at the bottom. You can say like or dislike or flag if you want to let Google know when you get something that maybe it's just not right. And then at the top, you can share, you can add to the favorites, and then you can download. I guess all of these options are very simple to understand. But then at the left, you have three different options. First, you have the animate, and it's a paid account. You need Google AI credits to create your videos. If you want for me to upload a video showing you how this works, let me know down in the comments. But then you have two different options. This one, the small one, is the edit, and then the other one is the refine, and they are different. They are not the same. First, I will go to the edit. On the edit section, you can create drastic changes. Let's say that I want to prompt, and all of this, of course, is something that you need to prompt. Let's say that I want to make the black man Asian. So it's a radical change on the shot. If I click on generate, we should be getting, a different, the same image, but instead of the black man, we should be getting an Asian man. Once we get back, we can see that this works really, really great. It did a pretty good job. Then the refine is for making small adjustments to the shot. Let me go to this one, the one we have on Mars, and I will click on refine. Let's say I want to make the sky purple. I'm not replacing one sky for a completely different one. I'm changing the color, so the refine can handle something like this. If you want, of course, for radical changes, then you need to go to the edit. Let's see what we get back, and I'm pretty sure that we will get it. Once we get it back, we can see it did it. The sky now is purple. And that's Whisk pretty much. You create very specific subjects and you put them on very specific scenes, and maybe you use a very specific style. It's super creative and easy to use. Let me know down in the comments if you want for me to upload a video talking about the video generation of Whisk. If you found all of this helpful, please like and subscribe. This channel is supported entirely by viewers like you. And to support my work, you can buy me a coffee through PayPal, YouTube Thanks, and Patreon. All the links are in the description below.